Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's Mill Creek Crossing Connection, brought to you by Dan Dolan and Dan Dolan Homes. And joining me in studio, we have Dwight Wheelan. And good morning, Dwight.
Good morning.
I know they've been working on a new home out in the Mill Creek development, and if you want to just give us a quick update how things are going with that.
Well, it looks quite different this morning. They poured the driveway yesterday and the sidewalks, and this morning they sawed the joints in the driveway, and that really added a lot to the looks of it. It now has garage doors up and a front door that is a construction door, but at least it's under lock and key now.
Okay.
But I might have a key that fit that door. I've had a lot of them over the years. I think I'm going to try it sometime and see if I can get in, because we tell people that we can show it to them.
Sure.
If I don't have a key to it, I'll let them know and I'll get a key. But it's a nice home inside. It's a 3-bedroom home. Has 3-car garage. The very thing that a lot of people ask for. And with the garage as deep as it is, it'd be very easy to make another bedroom in the north end of the garage and make a 4-bedroom house upstairs. Then if you want to finish some of the basement, well, that can be done, half of the basement or full basement, whatever people want. There's egress windows on the north side, which would accommodate 2 bedrooms downstairs with egress windows. So there's a lot of variables, and now's the time to be looking at it before any more progress is made, because it has been, the drywall is up and has been taped, so it's a little harder to make changes, but now's still the time if someone wants to.
Absolutely.
And we fail to mention every time, it seems like, and after getting the car and started, I think, well, heck, we didn't say anything about financing.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, your local banks were always happy to talk to you about financing. We know interest rates are up considerably, but if a person is selling a home and it doesn't quite reach to buy a home, there's always this opportunity to look into reverse mortgages. And they're not a bad animal that's getting ready to bite you or suck you in. It's a law that was passed to help senior people get into new homes. And we can get you some information, or we can tell you enough information just to get you interested or let you decide, no, I don't want to go that way, before we introduce you to a person that actually writes the mortgages. Dolan has nothing to do with that other than introductions. But it's on Connor Court, which is not in the Association for Snow Removal and Lawn Mowing. However, the fellow that does our snow removal and lawn mowing said, well, why wouldn't I take another customer in? Just 1 block over, I'm out here anyway, so I'd take care of them just as if they were in the association. So that opportunity is still there. If an older person doesn't want to fool with the snow removal this winter, he can sell his snow blower and get enough money to go to take his wife to the restaurant a few times.
Well, and I know, is the plan to have the home done by like Thanksgiving or Christmas? Which one would work best?
I think Christmas better.
Okay.
Better be the target area. It has come along pretty good. Of course, the painting has to be done inside, and that would be the longest hold up right now. because, when it gets to the flooring and things like that, the flooring company takes care of all the ceramic tile and the carpeting and the laminate floor, so that goes fast too, because that's something you can say, hey, we got to have this by a certain date, and they've got to get it done. So I haven't talked to Dan lately about what his target is, but let's see, this is, well, we got 2.5 months yet, so
Sure.
I would think that Christmas would be a good target. I don't think he can have it done by Thanksgiving. I know he can't.
Okay.
So if you want to have the kids in for Christmas, or if you need some knickknacks or things in the kitchen, thing like that, invite the kids. Maybe they'll give them to you for Christmas.
Nice little housewarming gift.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, well, I mentioned that because it's starting to get cold, and it's an El Nino year, whatever that means. So does that mean we're going to get lots of snow? And people don't think about it until it happens, and then we get that first big snowfall, and you're out shoveling the snow, and you're like,
Yep.
I don't want to do this again. I could live somewhere where somebody else does this.
That's right. And I hope we can get the sod in, because if sod lays there through the winter, it gets the snow on it, and I don't know, maybe there is nitrogen and stuff in the snow. But anyway, it gets the rain and the snowfall, and people aren't walking on it if it's in the fall, and just leave it alone and let it get seeded.
Sure.
So I hope that he gets that done, sometime in November anyway.
We do the Great Green Garden Show with Margot. She comes in every Saturday, and it's amazing. She tells me how many things you can plant in the fall, and they will actually grow roots and everything, even in the middle of winter. You think in wintertime nothing's growing, but they can still put the roots out and stuff, so the grass can...
When I moved out there, one of the prettiest lawns in the subdivision was one that he had done the fall before. And it laid through the winter, and he had a beautiful lawn without it adding anything else to it. However, he was a fellow that, the man that mowed the lawns came every week. Well, he mowed it sometimes in between the lawn mowing guy. He took good care of his lawn, but it was a beautiful lawn. And I credit it to the fact that it laid through the winter.
Sure.
Looks a lot better than mine.
Yeah, I know. Mine's filled with weeds and creeping Charlie.
Yeah.
But if folks want to find out more information about the home and the development out at Mill Creek, they can get a hold of you then. And I know Mary will be out and do open houses when the home is ready.
You bet. And about all we can do is show it to you and introduce you to Dan.
Okay.
We won't have a price on it yet and things like that. He'll have to get it finished before he can price it. And there's no way we could even guess at a price without guessing way too high. So, yeah, come out and look at it. If I have a key, I'll get you inside. If I don't have, I'll get a key and take your name and let you know when we get the key so you can come in. And there's never any hard selling out there. We show the houses to people, and if they have an interest, we help them connect with Dan. And I've never heard him put a hard sale on anyone, and it's never been my MO to do it either. So come out and take a look and not have to worry about somebody calling. I've had one woman tell me, I'll give you my name and address, but you better never call me or send me anything in the mail. I said, well, I'll tell you, thank you for stopping by today, because I generally send a thank you note, so I won't violate our relationship.
Well, we mentioned the financing options, and of course, reverse mortgage is one of the many tools in the toolbox. There's lots of different ways you can finance, and the home is yours. And I know you always want to make that point, because people think that it's Dan's home and he gets it back when you leave or pass away, and it's not. It's your home. You own it.
You're right, and you have a title to the land, and there's no doubt about who owns the home. But in their mind, I've had people tell me or ask me, what's Dolan going to do with all these homes? Once he has your money, Dan is gone. So don't be worried about somebody else getting the home. It would be left to your heirs just like anything else in your will. And that's the thing that most people are confused about. Who gets it when I die? But the other good thing about it, and the reason we moved there, was because we live in that house without a payment. All we have to do is pay the taxes, the insurance, and take care of the place and pay the homeowner's fee. And we both can live there until we both pass away, and then the kids get the house. What they do with it, they can pay off the mortgage and move in themselves. They can walk away from it. They have many options too once they inherit the house. So it's your home, and it's a comfortable home. I can attest to that. We haven't turned our furnace on yet.
Wow.
We have a split system, which takes the warm air out of the air that's out there today. And in the summertime, it takes the cool air out of the hot air. And we turn that on of a morning, and by now we could turn it off for the rest of the day. And it brings the temperature up. It's a good investment, too. I'll put a plug in for RHA on that.
Sure. And, when you look at and I know we're quickly running out of time here, but just, the heating and cooling part of it, you save so much more money that goes into that decision making too, I think, for folks.
You bet that we hear some of the people tell us it's their heating and air bill are a great part of the payments they would have to make if they were buying the house and making payments. So, no, it's comfortable. It's an R50 overhead. That's unheard of in the building industry. So we don't have to worry about losing the heat or the cool air. It's just a pleasant, comfortable home to live in.
Well, with that, I think we're going to say sayonara. And, Dwight, we always go into the show thinking, what are we going to talk about? And then we end up finding things to talk about. It's amazing. All right. Well,
we don't get to rehearse.
No, there's no pre-meeting here. But that is going to wrap up today's Mill Creek Crossing Connection. Brought to you by Dan Dolan and Dan Dolan Homes. Listen every Wednesday morning at this time here on KROS.
Listening to AM 1340 KROS, Clinton, Iowa.
FM 105.9.
And KROSradio.com.